Confess, you do the way I do. Confess, I think you want me to. Something deep inside that you hide that you can't suppress. Just confess, please confess.
Hi everyone, I'm Samantha Daniels and I'm a professional matchmaker. I host Love Samantha Daniels Style for the next 30 minutes. My cam is not going on, so you might just have to listen to my voice and not see my face today. I'm trying to make it come up. I see me, but you don't see me, which is a problem because I'd rather you see me than I see me. So what we do every week here is we talk about relationships. We talk about love, dating, sex, romance, and relationships. As I said, I'm a professional matchmaker. I've been matchmaking for close to 10 years. And every single day I listen to what men like and what they don't like and what women like and what they don't like when it comes to relationships. So if you have a relationship question or a comment, you are welcome to ask it to me, and I will answer it right now. I'm going to open up the half an hour by telling a little story, and maybe some people can give some comments, make some suggestions to somebody who's here in the room who told me a little story and wanted me to share what was going on in their life to see if we could get a discussion going. So this is a woman, and she told me that she's been dating a guy for a little while, and they've been having some sexual issues because she's very attracted to him when it comes to kissing and foreplay, but once they get into the bedroom, they start having a lot of issues because he is not that good in bed. First of all, she told me that he doesn't have a very large butt, number one, and number two, he doesn't really seem to be that skilled in that area. So she is a little bit concerned about that because she wants to have some good sex. And she said that it's not really that much about the fact that he doesn't have a large penis. It's the fact that he doesn't know what to do with it. The fact that he doesn't know what to do with it, how to please her, and he's not very good with his hands. He's not very good with his mouth. He's just not very good. So she likes him, though. So she's trying to keep it together, and she's trying to figure out what she can do. And really, we talked about it a little bit, and she said that when they first started dating, it's basically circumstance where they were fooling around all the time, making out in public, going home, winding up in bed right away. Pardon me. And everything was good, but the problem started being that she kept trying to direct him in the direction of oral sex, and he seemed to resist. And then they started having regular sex. The regular sex wasn't really that good either, so she kept trying to direct in the oral sex category. Eventually, he gave her some oral sex, but she said that it wasn't really that good and that you could tell that he wasn't really that into it. So she made the mistake, which I think is a really big mistake, of actually saying to him, "Do you not like oral sex?" She brought up the conversation, and it gave him the ability to say, "No, I actually don't really like it." And so now all of a sudden she still wants him to do it, but he seems to have the attitude that because he said that he's not really that into it, that it's okay that he never does it again. But it's really not okay at all. So I guess I wanted to hear from some people, do you think that once the sex is bad, or do you think that once it's not going well in the bedroom, if there are ways to correct it? If anybody's had this problem before or has a friend who's had this problem, so you want to give some comments or suggestions to one of the women in the room today to let her know what you think she should do, if you think she should dump him, if you think that she needs to have a conversation with him, does she need to go to a sex therapist? to have a discussion about this. What are some of the possibilities that you all think that she can do to salvage this relationship? Because they've been dating for a while. She seems to like him, and she's concerned. So anybody have anything that they want to add or comment on it?
Well,
Gary, what do you think?
I think the key to any relationship, Samantha, is communications, and I think that when you're talking about the sexual aspect of a relationship, frankly, it's not the physical and not the technique as much as it is the ability to communicate. And I think it's good that this conversation has begun between this couple, but it has to move forward. But you have to be cautious whenever you are talking about your partner's abilities to please or lack thereof, to be gentle and diplomatic, because there's obviously an ego factor involved. But I think they absolutely should be talking about this.
Well, I agree with you, Gary,
and
that
try to
was
work.
a lot of what I discussed with her for a while, because once you get into the conversation, then it becomes a head game, because if she says too much to him or she criticizes him too much, then all of a sudden every time they start having sex, he's going to be on his head thinking, oh, I'm not good, I don't please her, she thinks that my penis is too small, she doesn't think I have any technique, and I think that that could have a counteractive effect on their whole sex life and make it 10 times worse, because when a guy is stuck on what the girl's thinking, and when he's concerned and his ego, like you said, is being affected, that can affect his erection, and all of a sudden not only will he suck in bed, but he won't be able to get hard, and then they can't have sex at all. So I think it's a huge problem. So that's why I kind of wanted to bring it up in the room today and say, well, what are some suggestions of ways to bring it up or ways to sort of bridge the gap and kind of move on. So I see that Dead on Arrival has their hand up. Would you like to make a comment or ask a question?
Like I said, I'm happy to put my 2 cents in pretty much every conversation here. I heard you say something about should she dump him or should she talk to him or what? I mean, I just got thinking, if she dumps him, what the hell kind of relationship is that? I agree with Gary. The key to any relationship is talking. They need to discuss it. She needs to bring it to him in a nice way. And he